Welcome back to BWO Daily, your source for news in sports entertainment and the world of professional wrestling from you boys at Busted Wide Open. My name is Nick Howell.
And I am Sir Ian Dangerous, and we have to talk about a rumor going around right now, Nick. There's a rumor that says the NWA is shutting back down again. That it's going away. It's going bye-bye for multiple different reasons. Raven was on Devin Nicholson's Hannibal TV. Now, Raven's a buddy of Billy Corgan. Billy Corgan, of course, who owns NWA and runs the whole thing. Raven actually worked for Billy back in Resistance Pro Wrestling. They've been friends ever since. He said that he'd heard through the grapevine that Billy was disillusioned with everything and was going to be selling off or shutting down NWA in the near future. That held some water. Ricky Starks was their TV champ. He just showed up in AEW. Zicky Dice asked for his release. David Lagana, who was running NWA, had to step down because of allegations of sexual misconduct.
Not to mention former allegations of racism and things like that we've reported on here on the show.
Yeah, and that was back when the whole Cornette thing went on. Obviously, they lost Cornette at a certain point too, but they
not
did
without
replace
their
him.
drama. NWA.
Yes. Well, exactly. So that was why the rumor started to spread. Raven was saying, he's had some tough times, and maybe he's thinking twice about it. This morning, however, Billy Corgan did release a statement. He said, "A quick note about the National Wrestling Alliance, which I fought for and won ownership of a few years back. We are not shutting down. So please disregard any and all rumor to that effect. The NWA is not and will not be for sale, and those talents who are under contract remain under contract for a reason, which is that we at the NWA are trying to figure out a way to provide our great fans with wrestling content in a very, very tough environment. And most importantly, keep our talent safe and the standard of production you've come to expect from us at a high level. Anything less, in my opinion, is unacceptable. So yes, appreciate the interest, appreciate the chatter, but don't appreciate the unsourced rumors and speculation." Just to point out to Billy, the source was Raven. That's where the rumor came from.
Yeah.
But Billy did shut it down. So if you're out there and you've heard that NWA might be shutting down, from the horse's mouth, Billy Corgan says, nay. See what I did there? No, NWA is not shutting down. It is, in fact, just trying to reconfigure and rejigger and figure out how to continue to put out product. So, yes, don't worry. Nick Aldis, still your champion. So
that was going to be my one question. We've heard from everybody else. We've seen people move around. Where's the champ? Like, wouldn't he be the first one you'd see? Wouldn't somebody scoop up Nick Aldis if this thing were really tanking?
You would assume. He's definitely, I think, has raised his value by being the champ for so long in NWA. But at the same time, that is definitely probably one of his most high-profile positions he's ever held. So, but obviously, better to let the boss talk for you in situations like this, which apparently is what he's doing. That's just good business, and we all know that Nick Aldis knows business. So, someone else who knows business is Chris Jericho. I watched this happen live, Nick, last night while everyone else was asleep. Chris Jericho got into it with Skid Row singer Sebastian Bach. Now, if you're all young, you don't remember Sebastian Bach. Skid Row was a band back in the late 80s, early 90s, kind of right between like the butt rock, hair metal, and actual heavy metal in terms of genre.
Oh, you're not talking about Johann Sebastian Bach. You're talking about crazy high screamer Skid Row Sebastian Bach. Okay.
Did I stutter? I said the singer Sebastian Bach.
Got
it. Not.
Now that I think about it, though, he is kind of starting to look like Johann Sebastian Bach. If he just put a wig on, he's kind of... anyway, I'll let you finish. Keep going.
But this all started because people actually mentioned that Jericho was starting to look like Sebastian Bach, or the other way around. And Bach commented on that, saying people have been telling him that a lot in the last couple of years, and he thought it was kind of funny and interesting. Jericho tweeted back at this saying, well, yeah, we're both good-looking dudes. But then, of course, the fans started poking, and eventually we got to this thing where Sebastian Bach was saying, well, yeah, obviously, like, we might look the same, but hey, just so you all know, wrestling is fake, and it's also BS.
Oh.
Whoa, big news there, Sebastian Bach. Hey, did you also
beep,
know
beep,
what?
Beep, 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 beep.
Movies are fake, too. Did you know that? Whoa,
yeah.
The TV shows you watch every week, they're fake. Thanks a lot, rocket scientist. Way to point that out. But he also said that Jericho sings to a tape and calls him Milli Vanilli, which right then the glove started coming off. Jericho said, I sing my ass off every night, dude. Do you really want to go there? Bach turned it around and said, well, I started on VH1 show. We don't know what he's referring to. Could have been The List, could have been Supergroup. Jericho retorted saying, you starred with like 59 other people. Let's stop this now.
Yeah.
But there's a little more sniping, so Jericho came back and fired off a couple of more salvos. He said, hi, I'm Chris Milli Vanilli Jericho. I have 5 top 30 singles in the last 5 years with my band Fozzy. I'm a huge fan of Sebastian Bach, who had 3 top 30 singles 30 years ago. I always admired him as a singer and as a friend, and still do. So that became taking shots, but I love you, dude. He said, I've seen the derogatory comments towards me from somebody I considered to be a friend. So with that in mind, I'll be happy to have a sing-off with Sebastian Bach. No effects, no tuning, no BS. Bach is a great singer, but I'm better. You've got my number, dude. Call me. Bach responded, where is the derogatory comment? All I asked is to see one single clip of you singing live. Every clip on the internet is you miming to a tape. I will sing in your effing face anytime. Wrestling is not rock and roll. I will show you effing rock and roll.
Woo.
He went on.
That's shots fired.
That's shots fired. Well, Jericho shot back. He said, I've never mimed anything ever, and I don't use star because Sebastian Bach was bleeping out the effing. So I don't use star to tweet ever. I will effing sing in your face anytime, any place, dude. I've been a fan and a defender of you since day one, but don't you ever question my rock abilities and leave wrestling out of this. I can hit a G4, bruh, which is a very legitimately high note. Bach said, you're full of crap, bro. Check your texts. Set up the sing-off. I am ready when you are. My goodness, we might be seeing a sing-off between Chris Jericho and Sebastian Bach here.
I have to weigh in here and just levy the point that I have attended some of Chris Jericho's Facebook Lives where he does play a horribly taped version, I guess it is a version of Fozzy, over his MacBook Pro speakers, and then attempts to sing over it in a horribly unconditioned space. And it's over Skype or Facebook Live that it's killing and compressing the. It sounds awful.
Yes, there is tape out there of Chris Jericho not performing or sounding that good. That being said, credit where credit's due. The dude is a good singer.
Yeah,
I will. However, just BWO is weighing in right now as a podcast that's all about wrestling, but we throw a lot of other stuff in there as well. We do stuff about anime and metal as well in with our wrestling. As a podcast that talks about metal, let me say this. Sebastian Bach's one of the best metal singers of all time. Like, he's legit one of the most amazing singers in rock music. Jericho's good. Bach is insane. So I love me some Chris Jericho. He's the GOAT. And frankly, I want to take his back on this because Bach was going for some low blows. But Bach is technically a better singer.
That Slave to the Grind album kind of made me. So I'm kind of team Bach over here. He's going to annihilate Jericho.
Just have Jericho try to sing the end of 18 in Life. There's a reason that song isn't done more for karaoke.
One, I Remember You.
I remember. Oh, God. There's a reason you don't hear those a lot at karaoke. Is because no one can do that. No one can do those songs. Also, no one remembers who the hell Sebastian Bach is anyway, so that's another problem. There was a lot.
He was a classical pianist.
Twitter feed. But they should remember him. It was a really good band.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite parts about this was in the middle of all of this, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn pops in and says, "This is a bummer. You guys are buds. You guys are rockers. Screw a sing-off. Let's see a collaboration. I want to see Sebastian Bach and Jericho sing together. We have enough garbage Twitter wars. Let's have good times and good vibes. Let there be rock." I don't know if Sami Zayn got worked by this or what happened, but he's coming in there like, can't we all just get along? That's amazing. That's so on brand with him too.
Yeah.
So Sami Zayn coming in to try to calm everybody down. So this all ended with Sebastian Bach trending number 9 worldwide and gaining over 5,000 Twitter followers in just under a couple of hours.
And I bet if we went and looked at the Spotify charts, all of a sudden there's a spike in Skid Row songs. There's a spike in
Skid Row listens. So it pays to engage with Jericho on Twitter. I can tell you from experience, even if you're on the bad side, it does actually pay to engage. Good Lord. So ultimately, much ado about nothing. Maybe we'll see a collaboration or a sing-off at some point in the future. But it was a lot of fun, and it was very funny. Hopefully they did. I mean, hopefully this is a little bit of working. Obviously, Jericho, I think, raised Sebastian Bach's profile a bit here, and they're still fine. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to see this all go down. So sorry, Sammy. Sometimes these crazy Twitter wars are kind of fun from a TMZ standpoint.
Right.
So, in other news, Tegan Nox, she recently challenged for the NXT Championship over on NXT. She's the girl with the shiniest wizard.
Yes.
She revealed on Instagram she is dating a woman named Sierra St. Pierre, and that she also had an interview with Newsweek where she said her life was a don't ask, don't tell situation, and she's officially coming out. She said, I felt like it was the right time, especially when you found the right one that you're in love with. It was the right time to do that. And the reaction has been great. There are a few people who obviously don't agree with that, but 99% of the reactions have been positive. I've got texts coming through from so many colleagues and friends. It was nice. It's great to see that there are so many nice people in the world. So congratulations to Tegan. Nice that she's able to actually be herself, live her life. And she's actually getting advice from Sonya Deville, who obviously came out herself on Tough Enough Season 6 and has been one of the more noticeably out superstars in WWE. And apparently Sonya gave Tegan her number and said, hit me up, text me, call me, and has been there as a support system for Tegan. So that's awesome that they have each other's back there. Also worthy of note, Nick, I'm throwing this out there as a little put it in my eye holes kind of thing. Tegan was asked about Evolution 2, if that is going to happen. And she said she would love that for that to happen. She wants to be on Raw. She wants to have that pay-per-view happen. She feels like it would raise all ships. But when asked who she'd like to face, she said Molly Holly. And considering she's been throwing the Molly go-round into her repertoire lately, that would be a really fun one. She even said she'd go so far as to have her head shaved for the match. Of course, a reference to Molly Holly getting her head shaved at WrestleMania 20 by Victoria. So Molly Holly, Tegan Nox in a hair versus hair match, Evolution 2.
Ooh.
Throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Put it in your ear holes to see if you want it in your eye holes.
Yeah. I definitely want that in my... Listen, I want Evolution 2 to happen. The fact that they haven't done it, and it's been almost 2 years now, I want it. Make it happen. Why are we still sitting around waiting on deciding whether or not to do this again? Obviously, we need to do it again. Yeah. It was one of the most successful shows of that year from a card perspective.
Well, and in terms of rating and general appreciation across the board, it was a fantastic show. So yeah, do it. Hey, WWE, do it again.
Please.
Do it again.
Please.
Please. And that's almost it, Nick, but we have to say happy birthday to Bobby Lashley. He is turning 44 today. Wow. And of course, Excalibur over on AEW, he's turning 40. The big 4-0 for Excalibur. Happy birthday to him as well. Thank both of them for all of that they do for you. And that is the news.
The other day I commented on, I hope I look as good as Brock Lesnar at 43. I've got 3 months to make it work. And then we find out Bobby Lashley, in all of the conditioning and shape that he's in, is 44.
Mm-hmm. You got 15 months. You could look like Bobby Lashley, Nick.
Jesus Christ.
15 months. You got this.
That man is a muscle. It is just one walking muscle with appendages. Good Lord. Bobby Lashley might be one of the fittest men on the planet right now.
Yeah. Conversely, Excalibur looks like us.
Right.
That being said, Nick, I've got to throw something out here before we get out of here. And that is, you screwed up.
I did.
You screwed up, and I need you to admit this. I need you to come out in front of the world and say what you did and apologize to the people that you hurt.
Longtime listeners of the show will understand why. We'll get more into this on Saturday's live show, I promise. But I forgot Anna J's birthday yesterday.
Yes, 22. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Anna. I'm sorry.
Yeah, wow.
And we'll talk about that more on the show. So come see the live on Saturday, guys.
Nice evasion. Yeah, nice evasion.
We're
going to nail your feet
penance
to the floor.
Pay. Yeah. Really I promise I will tell the full story on Saturday. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in for yet another episode of BWO Daily. I'm going to get out of here before I get in trouble. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right here by hitting that big red subscribe button and jingle your notification bell. Set it to all so you get notified anytime we put up a brand new episode. Join our Discord community and find all of our social media links down in the description below. But my name is Nick Howell, and I'm terrified, so I'm going to get out of here as quickly as possible. You can find me on Twitter at DataCenterDude.
And I am Sir Ian Dangerous. You can find me on Twitter at Sir Ian Dangerous.
And we will see you guys next time.